Hello Gemini, welcome to your reading for April the 11th to the 17th. As ever, this is a general reading. I'm not sat with you, so I can't answer a particular question. It also helps. I'm Libra for Sun, Moon and Rising, but if you are Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, then do check out the other signs and see what resonates there as well. So yeah, general reading for the week. I'm going to jump straight in. Rest of the family's out, so I might as well take advantage of this quiet time. True Black deck to begin with, and I'll just clarify with a little 3 cards on top from the Golden Art Nouveau deck. So we'll move that one out of the way. Gemini, let's see what we can see. 2 of Pentacles, could be finances, but it's a balancing act regardless. 2 of Cups, relationship card, 2 people coming together. I don't say whether these are love readings or business readings, but at the moment that tends to be more business and money, and that tends to be more love. The broken arrow at the top is symbolizing an end to hostilities. So in a positive read, it's these 2 angelfish coming together, jumping out of each other's, jumping out of their own universes and mingling together. So it's a really nice love card. If it's a business reading, the next week's looking great so far. Recent past, Queen of Swords, Justice in the Minor Arcana. She's willing to play with swords. She's impaled one through her hand. It's all about being straightforward and honest and just. So that's what's happened in your recent past. You've been really honest and just dealt with the situation. And that cold light of day that you get with the swords is a really good energy. The sword energy, I find, it's the intellect, it's intelligence, and it's cold and calculating, but in a good way. Near future, choices. So that's the 7 of Cups. And again, this is talking about you have lots and lots of choices. If this was a love reading, there's clearly a number of individuals around. So that's going to be interesting. What he does warn against, though, is you do need to make a choice. Making no choice is not a choice. The root of the matter, Queen of Cups. Again, if this is a person, you see she's manifesting those 2 angelfish that we see here. So she's manifesting those. She does it so well. She's made a crown for herself out of them, and she is very, as an energy, it draws people in. She's very flirtatious. She's very welcoming. Everyone wants to be around her. So that's a lovely, warm energy. Whereas the Queen of Swords is a bit more, calm, cold, straightforward, rational. This is all lovey-dovey down here. Both of these have been going away. This is your sort of past at the moment. And at the head of the matter, how you really see the situation. Oh, it's interesting. 6 of Swords. And the swords here, it's hard to see in this, but there are some boats right down at the bottom. So they're going through these giant swords that are all no longer fit for purpose. And it's about, there's 2 things. One, you always carry your burdens with you unless you decide to put them down. A lot of people, go from one relationship to another, or one work situation to another, and it fails. Always do what you've always done. You'll always get what you always got. So something has to change. And in more traditional cards, this is a mother and child in a boat sailing from stormy waters into a calmer one to a distant land. They don't know where they're going, but it's going to be better. But the card shows that they're taking the swords with them. So they're still taking that burden with them. You need to address the burdens. That's the head of the matter. So if there are choices to be made, this central energy here is really lovely. Bit of a balancing act, Again, if it was a love reading, do I go with this person or this person? And there's also this person waiting in the wings I don't know about or have yet to meet. And this one talks about, that ferret is incredibly nimble. It's balancing on something ridiculous and it's doing a fantastic job, but it's not sustainable. You can't live your life on a tightrope. You will eventually fall off. So you need to make a decision. You need to make a choice. And it feels a little bit, am I going to go through the same old thing again? So again, in business, it would be like, are we going to repeat what we did before? I would say not. I think you're better than that, Gemini. I think you're able to see the wood for the trees. So let's see, this is how you see yourself. So you've got the Justice card in the Minor Arcana, and you've got the Justice card from the Major Arcana. And this is how you see the situation. You know, that's about, she's wearing a veil, so you can't sway her with pleas or money or begging. You know, she's just like, nope, cold as ice. You need to tell her what the situation is. She'll weigh it up in one hand, excuse me, and meter out, you know, the punishment or the pass with the other. And it's as simple as that. That's what justice does. You know, the cold light of day, are you doing the right thing? And then that's your situation. That's how you can manifest it. And this is how other people see it, or we call it external influences. External influences are far better than you think. This is a card of abundance, satisfaction. You know, we've got the cat's natural prey here, birds and mice, and she's just ignoring them. And she's, you know, smug isn't the right word, but she is very content with what she has. You know, she's got plenty of money. She's on a beautiful gold silk plinth. So again, in a relationship, this is someone who is looked up to and adored. And it also talks about it's not flashy. It's old school cool and old school money. It's a really, the word that just keeps coming into my head is classy. It's just, this is just a really classy person, and that's how you're seen externally or by your friends and family, how other people see the situation. So they see you as, you know, right, classy, which is very nice. Hopes and fears. You think it's the end of something, and it is, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. The end of something is there's a new dawn rising there. You know, all those that got impaled on the swords were failed ideas, failed work colleagues. I'm not suggesting you impale a work colleague. But you know what I mean? If you're working in a team and the team doesn't work, set up a new team, or find out what isn't working and fix it. But this card always talks about there's a new dawn coming, you know, so the dawn rises on us all. On a good or a bad day, it goes back around and we start again. Sorry, I'm waving cards around here. So that's your hopes and fears. And finally, we get to the outcome. And the outcome is the Three of Cups, which is fantastic. Celebration, joyful, bonds, trust, connection. This all works out really, really nicely this week, Gemini. This is a lovely, lovely reading for lovely, lovely people. Energy on the bottom, the Tower. That's interesting because that's not how we see all of this at all. Maybe, let's have a look. So the Tower is, you know, this one's broken apart. It's breaking apart the crown. It's breaking apart the bouquet of love. And so love and power and anything that you've got, money, wealth, status, it all just gets swept away. It's the equivalent of living in a castle and there's a landslide and the castle's just gone, you know, and you have to pick yourself up and start all over again. Now the foundations are still there. Maybe you're going to build it differently. You're going to go up on top of the mountainside and stop the landslide from happening in the future with some technology, I don't know. But, you know, this is a... if it was a relationship, it could be something as extreme as a breakup. But with that comes the sort of, you know, new dawn. And then we move into lots of choices and, you know, this lovely balancing act, but this lovely Two of Cups energy down here, which is really nice. In business, I would go, you know, it's not working, or, I don't know, an account goes sideways or something, and you have to rethink. But when you do rethink, it's all a lot better. And again, what the tarot tells us, if anything, is it's, you know, is about balance, and it's about cycles. So if it's bad today, it's not going to be bad tomorrow. If it's bad tomorrow, it's not going to be bad the day after. You just have to be able to pick yourself up and see the wood for the trees. So yeah, it's really interesting reading this. It leans more towards a romantic one. I tend not to pick readings and say this is romance or this is business or this is money. But clearly there's a lot of cup energy here, the 2 and the 3. Justice is always good in a read. That really is about, you know, being honest. Let's just clarify with the Art Nouveau deck. Again, I always shuffle the cards off screen before I start this, because otherwise you watch me shuffle and shuffle badly, if I'm entirely honest. First card, Ace of Pentacles. Boom, there you go. Doesn't get much better than that. Outside of the Sun card, this is the best card. Oh no, Ace of Cups is the best card, isn't it? But it's certainly one of the better cards in the deck. So Eight of Pentacles, new start. You've got the portal there. The garden's growing brilliantly. So, you know, the garden can be your emotions. It could be your mental state. It could be your physical state. But it's all going really, really well. And then this portal there is, it's inviting you to step through to the next adventure. It's like, come on, let's go. Let's make a choice. Make a choice. It's all going to be lovely. Yeah, there's a balancing act involved, but there is anywhere. Don't worry so much about taking your baggage with you. We've all got baggage. But maybe be honest about it, you know. If you're starting off a new relationship or a new business adventure, just tell people what's happened in the past. Because your past informs your present, you know. Things that have happened to me in the past affect the way I am today. It's as simple as that. Second one. Seven of Swords. This is, you know, the reason I use this deck, and I know it's got gold on, so it's terribly hard to read, is the illustrations. I mean, that guy's face there, I mean, there's no need to be so smug about it. This is about conflict and deception. In a positive way, you could argue that he's gone into the enemy camp and stolen their swords, so we don't have to fight a battle. But it's the expression on his face that concerns me. You've got justice twice here. I would say, okay, this could be you or it could be someone else. If this is you, you've got to stand in the cold light of day and someone goes, that was a bit of a naughty trick that you did. You know, for example, in a relationship, someone could take someone else's partner, which is considered a bad thing. But then if you stay together for the rest of your lives because you're soulmates, it's a good thing. That's all it's questioning here, is going, yeah, by all means do something that maybe is a little bit deceitful, or someone's doing something that's deceitful to you, but you've got to look at the big picture. In a cold light of day with the two justice cards, were you ever going to stay with this person? Was that business ever going to work out? Was that team at work ever going to work out? You know, better to let somebody go and get the right people in, or to talk to a person and go, this isn't working as well as it should. What can we do to make it better? You know, so you can always pull the good out of a situation, which is why I like having a weekly tarot read. I'll be doing my Libra one shortly, and it just kind of sets you up for the week. So it could go, you're in for a great week with no issues at all whatsoever, or you have a week like this where you've got lots of choices. Clearly there's been a big thing going on with the tower in the background, but for me I just keep getting justice. It's just that clarity. It's just being honest and authentic for the week, and then you find yourself with strength. Yeah, this is a particular kind of strength. We're not talking world's strongest man level. We're talking she's going up to a lion and she's forcing its mouth closed, and it's about that standing up and being counted. You know, it's that kind of strength. It's going, no, I'm not going to let this happen. You're not doing this without a fight. And again, expression on the face is like so serene. You know, they know they've got this. They can't be swayed. Yes, that's fantastic. Really good. I mean, I've just had a quick sneaky look at the energy on the bottom, and it's the Lovers. So again, yeah, this feels more like a love reading than a business one. But again, it's general. So if business is on your mind and you can't get out of that, what's happening at work next week, this will also resonate with that. Excuse me. So yeah, justice. And then, like, ultimately, fantastic outcome. You know, the celebration card, the Three of Cups. Go and look up the Three of Cups online. It's a really good card to get. So I think that negates that sort of tower energy. Although the tower energy is just this cathartic, boom, there's been a big change in the cold light of day. You can see that it was all for the best. Gemini, you're in for a really good week, really interesting week. I'll see you again next Sunday for another one. You take care.